In this video, we're going to learn how to do funnel analysis with ClickHouse. So we're going to come over to the terminal and we're going to launch ClickHouse local and we're going to pass it the path of a database that I created earlier called weather.chdb. We'll then switch over to that database and then we're going to write a query against the table called measurements and we'll just get the first row. And so you can see here we've got a timestamp that is for a measurement at a particular point in time, and so we've got a temperature, we've then got an array of weather conditions, we've got a wind speed, we've got the humidity, and then we've got the location where that measurement was taken. Let's now write another query, and this is what we're going to be doing across this video. So we're going to be grouping those weather conditions by location and by day, and let's get all the weather conditions for that particular day, and then we'll do the group by, and we'll get just one row. And you can see it comes back, so this is for Peterborough on the 7th of March 2021, and you can see all the different weather conditions that we had from all the measurements that were taken on that day. So we started off overcast, 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 and eventually at the end of the day it was partly cloudy. Now, one thing that would be interesting to explore is the sequence of weather conditions that we have in an individual day. And the UK is quite notorious for having a big variety of weather conditions inside just 24 hours. So to do this, we can use the window funnel function. And so this function lets you provide a chain of conditions and it will then calculate the maximum number of events that occurred from that chain within a sliding time window. So you pass in a window, so the length of that sliding window, and then you can optionally pass in a mode as well. And then we can pass in the arguments. So we're going to pass in a timestamp column and then some conditions that we want to evaluate. So we're going to use this function to have a look at the weather in the UK over the last few years. So let's start. So we're going to say from measurements, again, remember location and the day, and then we're going to call this window funnel function, and we're going to say over a 24-hour period, the timestamp column is going to be TS, and then we're going to look for the weather condition overcast, and then we'll group by the other fields, and then we'll say we want to match at least one. So we want to at least have been overcast on a particular location on a particular day. And you can see we get back just under 20,000 rows, and we can sort of scroll up and we can see the various times and locations or days and locations rather, when this happened. Let's update our query. So let's add in another condition. So we're going to add in partly sunny, and then we'll just update the level so that we get two of them matching. And you can see now we're down to 13,000, and we can have a look again. So you can see these are the days and locations where we got overcast followed by partly sunny. Let's do another one. So how about it went overcast, then partly sunny, then heavy rain, and then again we'll update the level, and we can see the number is now really reduced. So this hasn't happened quite as often as the other two, and so we're down to now 595. Let's do one more. So we'll say, okay, then after that heavy rain, it then got warm again, and again, remember, update the level, and now we're down to just two. So it only did those combinations of weather conditions twice, and it was both on the 8th of July 2023 in Reading and in Oxford, which are, in case you don't know the UK geography, those are reasonably close to each other, I'd say, in our terms. What we're going to do now is we're going to put this query into a view. So we'll remove the filtering at the bottom, and then we're going to create a view called variable weather. And now we're going to query across that. So we're going to say, I want to go from the variable weather view, get me the level, count how many times each one came up, group by the level and order by the level. And so you can see it comes back. So we've got, remember, level 1 is overcast. So that happened 6,500 times. None of it, there wasn't even an overcast on 16,000 occasions. We then got overcast followed by partly sunny on 12,000, overcast followed by partly sunny followed by heavy rain on 593 occasions, and so on. Now, at each level, we've got an exact match, but what we actually need is a cumulative count, because at level 0, which is basically there was some weather, that should include levels 0 to 4, and then level 1 should include levels 1 to 4, level 2 should include levels 2 to 4, and so on. So we need to tweak that query slightly, and so we can use a window function here. So instead of doing just a count, we can do a sum count over, and then we need to reverse the order, so it kind of needs to go backwards from the highest level. And now this is the funnel. So we had 36,247 combinations of location and day. And then on 19,967 of those, we had overcast somewhere. On 13,000, we had overcast followed by partly sunny. On only 595, we had overcast followed by partly sunny, followed by heavy rain. And then overcast, partly sunny, heavy rain, warm was only on 2 occasions. Now let's just tidy up that query so that we can see what I've just been trying to explain in the results of the query. So we'll go back up. We're going to create a mapping from each of those levels to the actual combination of weather conditions. We'll wrap that query inside a cumulative funnel, and then we're going to query that funnel. We'll look up in the map, the level, we'll put the count, and then let's make a little bar chart showing so we can compare them against each other. And so you get back this nice result here. So we can see, like, going from the top, you can see we've got the whole plot filled in, and it sort of goes down and down and down, and it really falls off once we get to heavy rain, and then we can't even see the plot once we've got down to the warm condition. So I think this is quite a neat feature, and hopefully you can see how you might apply this to your own dataset. If you liked this video, you might also like this one up here, where we learn how to use array functions in ClickHouse.